What if I told you that Draymond Green was the most underrated player in the NBA? Hi, I'm Tony, and today we're going to discuss Draymond Green's brilliance. Draymond Green is probably the most hated player among the 29 fan bases in the NBA. Yet, every NBA GM is trying to find the next Draymond Green. For this video, I really broke down the December 23rd, 2021 game versus Memphis. We're going to take a look at a lot of what Draymond Green does well and things that show up on the stat sheet and off the stat sheet. The first thing you'll notice whenever you watch a Golden State game is how early the Warriors try to get the ball to Draymond Green. He's going to set the tone for them. The commitment to getting Draymond Green the ball and trusting him to run the offense is going to open up the floor for everyone and make everyone's lives easier, including Steph Curry. For example, here's Draymond Green conducting with his hands and ultimately getting the ball to Steph Curry for 2 free throw shots. That's basically an assist that won't show up on the stat sheet. We all know Draymond's a great defender, but here we can really see how his eyes begin to move and how he's watching everything, setting the pace for everyone. Whether in a fast break or half-court offense, you can trust Draymond Green to run the point. How many of those do you guys think he's had over the years? NBA fans might take hustling for granted, but I'm sure Lakers fans wish they had somebody to help LeBron and hustle a little bit. Now listen, I get why people dislike Draymond Green. He's always trying to antagonize the other team, and he's always going to be barking at the refs and really working the refs from the first quarter early on. He's not going to let anything slide. But he never seems to get too distracted. Here he is getting right into the play and making things happen for the Warriors. For me, it's the little things. It's things like picking your teammates up. His teammates love him, and he leads by example. I briefly brought up Draymond Green's defensive eyes earlier, even though the opponent scored. I really wanted you guys to focus on his eyes, his activity, his ability to really make his opponent second guess everything they're doing. Here, he forces Jaren Jackson Jr. into the offensive foul. That's not going to show up on the stat sheet. Yes, he is a pass-first type of player. Knowing that, numerous defenders on the other team, not just one, have to worry about Draymond Green. Combine that with a Steve Kerr offense, the ball is always zipping around. And even though opponents know that Draymond Green's looking for the pass, sometimes there's just nothing they can do to stop him. That doesn't mean you can just leave him to run the point. He is going to score on you. He is an NBA player. Got to keep that in mind. A lot of Draymond Green's brilliance never shows up on his stat sheet. Here we can see him conducting the entire offense with his hands and ultimately making that hockey assist. It won't show up on his stat sheet, but you can't deny that Draymond Green made this entire play happen. There are a lot of little details, and here's a very simple one where he just gets rid of the ball quickly. No, he didn't make the play, but I'd argue Carmelo Anthony would have a ring by now if he was able to get rid of the ball that quickly. Here is another example of something that's not going to show up on Draymond's stat sheet where he forces the turnover. This guy just continues to influence the game on both ends, and there's just do not reflect on the stat sheet. When you combine all that and consider his ability to influence the defense in multiple different ways and correct your mistakes as a teammate, trust me, every team wish they had a Draymond Green. It's not just about setting the pick, it's about reading and anticipating the defender and getting your teammate an open shot. Or something as simple as boxing out. How many teams fail to do this? This box out turns it into a Warriors ball, another example of something that will not show up on the stat sheet. Advanced Analytics knows that he can draw the charge. However, that's not going to show up on the box score that the average fan checks.
We know Mike Brown is watching. Mike, give the December Defensive Player of the Month to Draymond Green.
It has to be fun to play with a player when you know you're going to get that ball. Welcome back to the NBA, Otto Porter. Need him to anchor the zone defense? No problem for Draymond Green. I mentioned earlier how every opponent was worried about Draymond Green's passing. Well, that's what he wants you to do. The biggest mistake you can do is get too comfortable with Draymond Green. You know Ja was worried about that pass. As we all know, for a good reason. He scores enough to be dangerous, and he is a very, very, very dangerous passer. On top of all that, you have arguably the greatest defender of all time, the leading candidate for Defensive Player of the Year this season. Good luck. Ja got old legs, but Draymond ain't old yet. Now, let's fast forward to the fourth quarter and look at all the ways Draymond Green can influence a game down the stretch. Gotta earn it in the fourth. Nothing is free against Draymond. He's going to set the tone late in the fourth. If your strategy is to not ball on Curry, well, Curry don't care. He's going to be the first one to tell you to give the ball to Draymond. He'll make a play. One day they're going to ask Jaren Jackson Jr., who is your least favorite defender to go up against, and he's going to say Draymond Green. Remember me. Tight game. Got to get a bucket. Draymond Green is not worried. I'd imagine how annoying it is to play against these two. They have unreal chemistry, and you always know that Draymond Green is going to make the right play. It's very contagious when your team leader's the one doing it. He's physical. He's not going to flop. He's going to communicate. He's going to make your life harder. He's going to contest everything. And even if he doesn't get the block on the first try, he's going to keep trying, and eventually he's going to get that block. The last minute of this video is some high praise from the Warriors commentators about Draymond Green's defense. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do you think Draymond Green is overrated or underrated? Let me know in the comment section below. Once again, Tony with Per Sources, thank you for watching.
You know, you don't block three-point shots. He's blocked 2 of them tonight.
Well, this is why he's the defensive player of the year, in my opinion. The way he can guard the perimeter and guard inside and guard multiple positions. The effort he brings every single night, the way he sets the tone, the intensity he plays with, combined with the IQ, it's just too much to ignore.
Wait till Jan 1. We'll have seen Draymond guard Damian Lillard and Rudy Gobert. Okay? I mean, when you want to talk about 1 through 5, he does it all.
There's a reason why the Warriors can be as small as they are, and teams still struggle to score in the paint. Steph is giving him a standing ovation as Draymond Green comes out. We got to appreciate what we're watching here with this man. This is greatness defined defensively, especially.
Steve Kerr